Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Tennessee Virtual College Fair program. Tonight, I just have a few housekeeping items for you. You'll see at the bottom of your screen a Q&A button. You'll be able to type your questions to our presenters at any time, so don't be shy to put those questions in that question and answer box. Just a reminder, your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you, but again, you can use that question and answer box. This is just one of the many different sessions that's being offered, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website where you registered, so you can watch it on demand. So without further ado, I would like to turn it over to our presenters. First up is Bryan College.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Smith. I'm the Director of Admissions at Bryan College, and I want to thank you for being on the call tonight from Middle Tennessee. At Bryan College, we're actually pretty close to Middle Tennessee. We're closest to Chattanooga in terms of cities of note in Tennessee, about 30 minutes north of Chattanooga, 2.5 hours from Nashville, hour and 15 minutes from Knoxville, and probably will be the smallest college on the call with just under 600 students. And what you saw in the video is very much what we're about at Bryan College, being a small, Christ-centered environment with faculty members who care and want to be around you and want to mentor you, and lots of hammocks as well. So yeah, just for a few minutes tonight, I want to talk about really who we are at Bryan and really our DNA, what we try to accomplish in the lives of our students. And if there's a couple of things that I can promise you at Bryan, it's really this, that we're going to offer the real Christian college experience with the challenging, rigorous environment where we're not going to shield you from the world, right? But we're actually going to expose you to really the hard questions of life in the classroom, the questions that everybody is wrestling with on a day-to-day basis. We don't want to shield you from that at a Christian college. We actually want to tell you to engage in that, jump in, dive in, and also engage with how does your major relate to this. And so we're not a Bible college at Bryan. We're a Christian college with over 50 majors, from engineering, starting a nursing program, business, Bible. I was a Bible major at Bryan, but most of our students do not engage in ministry type majors. So again, what do we promise? We promise the real Christian college experience with exposure, with faculty members who want to mentor you, Bryan College is not a research college. And so what that means is that our faculty members want to be in the classroom. They want to be around the students. They want to be mentoring the students. And then three, really just opportunities to apply with what you're learning, with all kinds of opportunities and clubs and opportunities for you to apply the things that you're learning in a safe setting where you have mentors and people who can say, hey, maybe you could approach that differently this time. So the real Christian college experience, but without the typical Christian college price. And so we do have one of the lowest tuitions in the region, especially as a private college. And so we've made real investment in making a Christian college experience affordable by cutting our tuition last year by 40%. For students who do well at Bryan, we will pay for 50% of your master's. We have some loan repayment assistance options for some certain students on the campus. So we're going to make every effort to make this life-changing experience affordable. So I hope that you will consider applying online at apply.bryan.edu. Just a couple of notes. I mean, we do offer plenty of scholarships. We are an optional school this semester. So really what that means is you can submit your GPA and high school transcript to be accepted and receive scholarships. But also, and this is one caveat, and you can also submit just your test score if that's what you want to do and get accepted or access financial aid through that direction. So there are really two different on-ramps. You can go either or. And for us, honestly, this year, it's actually easier to access scholarships with the test score. So if you go the GPA route to get our best scholarships, you will have to be taking dual enrollment and honors classes. So hope you'll consider applying to Bryan, and thanks for being on the call.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Next up, you guys are going to get to hear from the University of South Alabama. And don't forget to put those questions in the chat or Q&A.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen. All right, so my name is Katie Spillman. I am an admissions officer here at the University of South Alabama. South is located in Mobile, Alabama, which is right at the Gulf Coast at the bottom of the state. It's probably around 6.5 hours or so from Nashville. All right, a little bit about South. So we are a 1,200-acre campus. So it's a pretty large campus size, but we only have about 15,000 students. So I consider us a medium to larger size school. We do have a very diverse campus with students from all 50 states, as well as over 70 countries. We do have 2 hospitals and a cancer research institute on campus. We are very well known for our med school and our PT program. So if you're interested in becoming a doctor, or if you're interested in physical therapy, definitely give us a look. And our student to faculty ratio is 18:1. That translates to our average class size being around 30 students or so. We have several different academic colleges that house over 100 of our academic programs. We have our PAC-CAPS Covey College of Allied Health, our College of Arts and Sciences, College of Education and Professional Studies, Engineering, Nursing, Medicine, College of Business, our School of Computing, and our Honors College. We do like to have fun on campus, so we have a couple of fun traditions that we have every year on campus. One of my favorites is Ooze Ball. You can see this picture in the top leftish middle. You can see that we have all these students playing volleyball. They're playing volleyball in 18 inches of mud, and we call that Ooze Ball. It's a really fun tradition they have on campus. It's very messy, but it is very fun. We do have over 200 different student organizations. These range from faith-based clubs to Greek life, student government, pretty much anything you can think of. We've got something for you at South. If you just have a hard time finding your, something to kind of help you get involved on campus, if you can't find a club or an organization that interests you, you can always create your own. We are D1 in all of our athletics. We have 17 different sports teams on campus at South. So our men's teams, we have football, baseball, basketball, cross country, track and field, golf, and tennis. And our women's teams, we have soccer, softball, basketball, cross country, track and field, golf, tennis, and volleyball. So this picture on the left, this is our brand new Hancock Whitney football stadium that they just finished building this summer. So this fall is our first time playing in it. So we love going over to see our Jags play in our brand new football stadium. So tailgating football is very popular in the fall, and basketball is very popular in the spring. And we do participate in the Sun Belt Conference. I didn't mention that. It was on the previous slide, but we are D1 in the Sun Belt Conference. A little bit about our residence halls. So we do have both freshman and upperclassmen residence halls on our campus. So none of our residence halls on campus have community bathrooms. So in every hall, you get your own private bathroom, no matter what hall you're in, even freshman halls. We do have free and limited laundry, so you don't have to lug around a bag of quarters up and down the stairs to do your laundry. And you will get a campus mailbox while you live on campus. You do get free Wi-Fi and cable, and our res halls are very secure. We have 3 levels of security, and our housing and maintenance staff is available 24/7. And if you were ever to need them, we do have a 24/7 full police department in the middle of campus as well. If you're interested in applying to South, you can apply on our website at southalabama.edu/apply. You will need to pay a $35 application fee. We will need your high school transcript, and if you're dual enrolled, we will need your college transcript as well. And we will also need your ACT or SAT scores. We do accept ACT super scores, so if you're interested in that, please send us test reports from all of your previous ACT test dates. And we are test optional this fall. So for fall of 2021, we are offering a test optional route that you can take. Information for that is on our website. So admissions requirements, standard, we do accept a 19 ACT and a 2.5 GPA. Those numbers are flexible. So let's say you have an 18 ACT and a 3.0 GPA, you're definitely still considered admissible to us. For transfers, we require a 2.0 GPA cumulative from all your previous colleges attended. Our scholarships start at a 21 ACT and a 3.5 GPA, and they increase based on whatever your scores are. These charts that you see on the screen are listed on our website. So if you want to take a closer look, I definitely encourage you to go look at those on our website. And these are renewable for 4 years or for 8 semesters. Through this very strange time that we're currently living in, I know it's a little bit harder to get on campus to visit. However, we are opening, we have open campus tours back up. So if you are interested in coming down to campus, we would absolutely love to have you. You can go on our website and sign up for an in-person campus walking tour. It's very safe, mask, social distancing. We definitely are taking your health as the top priority. I would love to Zoom with you. So if you are interested in just having a chat with me, you can send me an email, you can give me a call, and we can set up a Zoom meeting. And we are South, so we would love to have you on campus. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at kspillman@southalabama.edu. Thanks.
Caitlin, thank you so much. I'm learning so much about all of your wonderful institutions. Next up, you're going to hear from Florida Southern College.
All right, thanks so much. So yeah, my name is Bryan Emery. I am an admissions counselor at Florida Southern College. And I work with some different states in the Southeast US, and I've been in the office for about 5 years. I'm also a graduate of Florida Southern, so I can speak about the student life as well. Yes, just kind of starting with some basic info about us. Oh, come on, this will work. There we go. All right, finally. So a little basic info. We're located in Lakeland, Florida, which is right in between Tampa and Orlando, very central in the state. Our overall student population is right around 3,500. That's undergraduate, graduate, and adult program students. And then we were founded in 1883, which makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. About 60% of our students are from Florida, and the other 40% are from the other 49 states, as well as about 50 different countries from around the world. So pretty diverse student body on campus. Overall, we have over 70 different programs to choose from, along with some pre-professional tracks. and they are divided into our 5 schools. So School of Business, Nursing and Health Sciences, Physical Therapy, Education, and then Arts and Sciences. We also do have some graduate programs on campus, our master's and doctorate programs. Those cover areas like education, nursing, business, accounting, psychology, physical therapy, to name just a few. And we do have some really great accelerated options with those, where you can do a 4+1 track, where you're getting your bachelor's and master's in 5 years total, when more normally it'd be about 6. Overall, we have a very engaged and active classroom environment. That's really kind of our educational style, is to make sure our students are doing a lot with their education, not just sitting and taking notes all the time. That's part of the process, is sort of, absorbing all the information, but then we want to make sure our students are doing a lot and really learning the skills of how to apply all that knowledge in real world situations. So our classes are taught by professors 100%, no graduate assistants or teaching assistants, lots of research projects, field work, group projects, internships for students, study abroad, conferences, lots of different forms that it takes, but again, very active and very, again, engaged style of education here at Florida Southern. Really a big important thing to remember about us is we have 3 guarantees to any incoming freshman students. Firstly, we guarantee a study abroad trip. We can guarantee this because we have trips that every student qualifies for that are little or no additional cost. Once you complete 2 years with us, you'll qualify for one of these trips, and you can go on a study abroad trip, get course credit for it, and again, on some of these trips, not pay anything additional. So it's a really great opportunity for students to get that experience going abroad. We also guarantee an internship for every student to get professional experience. And we also guarantee graduation in 4 years, when the national average is about 5 to 6. We want to make sure you're graduating in an efficient time to head off to graduate school or a job. Residential life and campus life. Pretty much all students are living on campus. We guarantee housing all 4 years. We also require housing. The only students that can live in non-campus housing are those from the local area living with their families. But otherwise, students will live their first 2 years in our residence halls on campus. Then your upperclassmen years, you'll have the opportunity to live in our apartments that we own that are off campus. So you'll have that more independent kind of living environment when you're an upperclassman. But because we have so many students living in our campus housing, it's a very active student body. There's always students around, always events happening, things going on. So it's never really very quiet, kind of really, or ever really inactive. Athletically, we're Division II with the NCAA. We're among the top 3 most successful Division II programs in the country. So very high level collegiate athletics, 30 national championships across our 20 varsity programs. Along with that, we do have some club sports, and our intramural program on campus is really great. But if you are looking to play in one of our varsity programs, we encourage you to reach out to the coaches, because they do their recruitment directly and really picking out which students they want for their teams. Again, I mentioned it's a very active student body. There's lots of ways to get involved, clubs and organizations, over 100 of those. Greek life is a good option as well on campus. Doesn't overwhelm the campus, but still a lot of students involved in it. Campus ministries, philanthropic and community service-based organizations, just so many ways to get involved, so many things to do. We think, being involved in the student community on campus is a really important part of the college experience as well. All right, so application process. First, it is free to apply. There is no application fee. We have our application. We also accept the Common App and the Coalition app, totally up to you. We don't have a preference. The requirements you can see on the upper right there. We are test optional as well. That's a new option that we're offering this year. So if you don't want to submit test scores or don't have them, not needed. And the numbers on the bottom kind of give you a general idea of average GPA, average test scores, some of those kind of things. It is rolling admissions as well. So you can apply anytime between now and March 1st. And then you'll hear your decision typically within about 2 to 4 weeks once we receive all those required documents. And financial aid, certainly, it's a big part of the process. We have merit-based scholarships there. You can see those are based on GPA and or test scores. You're automatically considered for those if you're accepted. We have other scholarships that you can apply for based on certain eligibility requirements and things like that, but we'll let you know if you qualify for those. And then certainly federal aid and anything else as well. Just kind of to wrap up, we are open. So if you do want to come visit and take a tour, we do have those. We also have a lot of virtual offerings as well, similar to these college fairs that we're doing. And lastly, certainly as well, reach out to me if you have any questions, email, phone or text, and Zoom calls as well. I'm happy to do that.
Thank you so much, Brian. And now I'm going to ask the panelists a couple of questions since there haven't been any questions in the chat. I think we'll start with Andrew. Would you, and I'm going to ask this of all of you, could you each provide your best piece of advice to seniors in high school or their parents going through this process?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I would say is you never know where you will thrive. And so in the college process, for myself personally, I ended up going to the school that was closest to home, the Christian college, and the smallest college. But just compared to a lot of my friends in college, I know I had the most challenging, the most out there college experience where I really took risk and did new things and did things I never would have dreamed of. And it was life changing. And so I would say for a student, really look for a place that you're going to thrive. I don't think there's anything wrong with going anywhere else, but I just think, your college experience doesn't have to be a continuation of just high school, but can be something far greater. And then I would say a second thing is, COVID could actually inform where you go to school. So like, what did you learn about yourself while being quarantined? Did you struggle to get work done without seeing the professor, your teacher every day? So do you need to be at a huge college or a smaller college where you're going to get attention? Did you struggle with isolation where you only saw your family every day? Then maybe you should go to a college where you have a chance to meet a new person like every day, a new person versus, so I think there are things that that can even be learned from the last 6 months in terms of what type of environment you should probably be in for the next 4 years.
Great advice, Andrew. You never know where you might best fit. And so don't just follow your friends. Don't just go to the school that maybe you have on a sweatshirt somewhere, but really find your best fit. Caitlin, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with everything Andrew said. Definitely go somewhere where you feel the most comfortable, where you think you're going to be the happiest, where you think you're going to have the best experience. And one of the best ways to kind of get a preview of that is to visit campuses, do some research online, see what schools have the program that you might be interested in. And speaking of that, it's okay to be undecided. A lot of students come in undecided. They have no idea what they want to do, and that is totally fine. Don't feel like you're less than because your best friend has known since she was 3 years old that she wants to be a doctor and you have no idea. It's totally fine. It's very common. But definitely schedule some campus tours. Go see these places for yourself because you may see a school online that looks really cool, but then you go visit it in person, you just don't really get that, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this place kind of vibe. So and then some of the ones that you may not have been interested in previously may surprise you. That was my experience going to college. I ended up going to my second choice, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I would not go back and change a thing. So schedule some campus tours, and most colleges have preview days. Some of them may not be having them right now because of COVID, but keep an eye out for those things. See if they're having any kind of preview day in the fall or in the spring, and check those out as well.
Thanks so much, Caitlin. And finally, Brian.
Yeah, I obviously agree with everything that they've both said. Yeah, I guess something that I try to tell students a lot is really be honest with yourself. Whether it be about how you learn best, like Andrew talked about, learning about yourself during COVID, knowing how you learn best. If you learn best online, or if you learn best in large rooms with 100, 200 students, or if you do better in smaller classes where you can really work closer with the professors. If some students will think that they can, go across the country to a college, be really far away from home, and then it ends up being a little too tough on them. And so I think it's just being really honest with yourself about where you're going to really learn best and be a best fit. I know we always talk about fits. I think Caitlin's already, and we both already talked about that but yeah, it really is fit. And I think the three fits that I tend to talk about are academic fit, social fit, and financial fit. I think if you can find a kind of find the best combination of those three in terms of which colleges are going to fit best in those three respects, I think that's going to be a really good option for you. But yeah, I think if you can be honest with yourself, sometimes brutally, I think that's going to help you figure out what's going to be best for you.
Well, I know you guys learned lots tonight about the three institutions and from our presenters, but you probably didn't expect to learn that they are real people and they're here to help you throughout your college search process. I think admissions sometimes seems or folks that work in admissions, it sometimes seems intimidating, but you can see they're all smiling and they're excited to be here and to help you. This is what we do for a living. So with just a couple of quick announcements for this evening, thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, you're going to get a link to a quick 4-question survey. So please provide any feedback that you can. This was just one of the many sessions being offered, so I hope that you sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, this session, because it was recorded, will be available, as well as all of the other sessions on the website where you signed up. So best wishes as you make your way through this application process in your senior year, and have a great evening, guys.